Right then, welcome back to the channel. Let's have a look at the player ratings. We're going to go through every single player, give you the stats, a little bit of an opinion about how we think they did in the game. Go for all the players, the subs, and the gaffer, and let you know how we thought they did. So, starting in net, as we always do, Andre Onana. A quiet afternoon for him, but he did do what was needed. There was some confusion about his involvement. There's a lot of people thought one of the under-21s was going to get a debut, and that Onana wasn't fit. Turned out not to be the case. 35 out of 48 passes, 73% completed. He did attempt 21 long balls, back to doing that again. Only 8 were accurate. A little bit of inconsistency in there, especially when trying to distribute under pressure. Only 1 clearance, commanded his box quite well, but again, wasn't really tested at all. So 6.5 out of 10. Pretty ordinary performance from him. Matthijs de Ligt. We're going for a 7.5 out of 10. Again, solid at the back. Really going under the radar, I think, just how good and consistent de Ligt has been. And I do love the aggression that he plays football with. I think there's far too much of the modern game is almost like a non-contact sport. Not for de Ligt. He likes getting stuck in, and I like him doing that. He was really strong in the air. He won 7 out of 11 duels. He made 11 clearances. He blocked 6 shots. He had 1 interception. He was an absolute defensive wall. He did okay passing under pressure, 80% pass accuracy. You want that a little bit higher, but that was 37 out of 46. And he did all right with some direct long balls as well into the channel. He attempted 9, he completed 6, and he helped us switch play quite effectively. So consistent, composed, reliable, solid performance. 7.5 out of 10 for de Ligt. Aiden Heaven, I'm going for an 8 out of 10. I thought he was outstanding when it comes to the defensive contributions before his injury. He had 6 clearances, 2 block shots. He actually had 2 out of 2 successful dribbles with the ball as well. He won 6 out of 8 of his duels. He made a massive, crucial last man tackle, showing both bravery and real good positional sense and urgency. He was decent on the ball, 88% pass accuracy, 36 out of 41, which you consider he went off in the 51st minute. He basically had the same but like more accurate involvement than what de Ligt had in almost half as much time, showing that he is getting involved more on the ball. Massive blow seeing him stretch it off. He was looking like he was going to be cementing himself as a first choice player for a while. So we've got to see him recover. We've got to see where he comes back. But an absolute bargain at 1.5 million. Brilliant that. 8 out of 10 for him. Lindelof. Efficient, I think I would call him. I'm going to give him a 7. Him getting bullied by Vardy sticks in my head, and have to mark him down for that. There was some decent quality from what we saw of him. He had 10 clearances, 8 accurate long balls. He did only win 4 out of 10 of his duels, highlighting what we saw Vardy do when he put him on his arse. His pass accuracy was fine, 23 out of 26, but again, way under what the other 2 centre-halves were doing, showing that maybe he didn't have the confidence to take the ball, wasn't picking up the good positions, or certainly wasn't getting past the ball to him. His reading of danger did stand out, and he cleaned up after some of the rare breaks that Leicester got, but it was probably the worst of the 3 centre-halves, I think. So 7 out of 10 for Lindelof. Fine, considering like the lack of match fitness he's got, but yeah, out of the 3, he was 3rd. Right, lads, let's get real. After all of the holiday cheer, you might be thinking, maybe a little bit too much cheer went into my grooming routine this year. Well, fear not. We got you covered with a beard and balls bundle from Manscaped. Use the code Howson, that's Howson, at checkout. You're going to get 20% off and you're going to get free shipping. And this bundle is your ticket to a fresh start. Say goodbye to the winter beard, or keep it sharp with the beard hedger. And let's leave that holiday hibernation behind with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. You don't need the extra fluff down there to stay warm no more. Join 11 million men worldwide who already trust Manscaped. Kick off the new year with a clean slate, and I mean literally with a clean slate. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, you've heard of it? It's famous. It's famous for a reason. Think of it as your ball's new best friend. This thing glides you over even the roughest terrain, if you know what I mean. It's got 2 skin-safe blade heads for a close shave or a trim, and it's got a dual LED spotlight. That is a game changer. Plus, it's waterproof, so no more messing about with the bathroom counter after you shower. Take it in there and get it nailed off with you as well. It's got a travel lock, perfect for keeping the thing tidy on post-holiday getaways. And a beard hedger, ready to tame that wild man? The beard hedge is what you need to do. It's got titanium and coated T-blade, which gives you the ultimate in control. No more messing around with guard attachments. Just use the built-in zoom wheel for the perfect length every single time. And with 60 minutes of runtime, you're good to go at it for an entire month. Plus, Manscaped offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it risk-free. So there you have it. The Beard and Balls bundle from Manscaped. Use the code Howson, that's Howson, at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. Give yourself the gift of a fresh start this year. You deserve it, mate. Delot, it was a quite steady performance for Delot, and maybe he's turned the corner because he's been dog shit this season, to put it mildly. So he gets a 7 out of 10, same as Lindelof. But it was a steady performance. He won 7 out of 8 of his duels, 4 out of 4 in the air. He made 4 clearances, and he completed 2 out of 2 dribbles. His passing was fine for someone that's a creative player, 36 out of 47. He did lose the ball 17 times. He was defensively sound, provided width, linked well with Bruno down the right-hand side, but didn't really give us too much of an attacking threat going forward. So 7 out of 10, it was fine. Bruno, it's a 9, right? It's a 9, and it might even be 9.5 if it's a 9. Controlled the tempo of the game, 77 touches, 6 key passes. He played 9 long balls, 6 of which was accurate. I'm going to talk about him getting on the ball and dictating play from deep. That's what we're talking about, sending the ball forward like that. He was also defensively strong. 7 clearances, 4 tackles, 1 interception. It was a genuine box-to-box display from him. Capped it off with a goal, comes away with a couple of assists. Like I said, 6 key passes, created 6 chances for us on the night. 9 out of 10 performance, and it might be 9. It is. He's getting 9.5. He's 9.5. There you go. He's getting 9.5 because it was class. Ugarte, 6.5 out of 10. There was physicality there, but he was quite sloppy in possession considering the level of possession that we had. He only completed 23 out of 34 passes, which is 68%. He lost the ball 13 times, which is not what you want from your number 6. He won 7 duels, but that was out of 12. So it's only just over 50%. 3 tackles, 2 interceptions. There was defensive effort there, but maybe it's just coming back to match fitness, but he wasn't sharp. It was quite a sloppy game, actually, from Manuel Ugarte. Mazraoui, I'm going to say 7 again. Steady outing, as he always is. 3 out of 6 duels. 5 defensive actions, 3 clearance, 1 interception. 81% of his passes complete, which is a bit low for him. 3 out of 4 long balls. Could have offered a little bit more in attack. Obviously moved into defence following what happened with Aiden Heaven. It was just a relatively steady performance. I just like him. I think he's a good footballer who makes good decisions. And it was a real steady Eddie performance from him, really, in multiple positions. Christian Eriksen, again, 7. I'm going to say quietly creative. He had 3 key passes. He hit the woodwork himself. He had 2 accurate crosses out of 5. His passing accuracy was only 72%, but again, he's making chances. He's trying to make things happen. But he did lose 14 duels, just showing how much he is struggling with the physicality in the centre of the park. You got to get him on the ball. You got to get him on the ball frequently. You got to let him try and create, but you can't expect that he's going to offer you anything in terms of physicality or robustness in the middle of the park. So some games are going to really suit him. Maybe we see him a bit more in Europe. Some games are really not going to be for him. And I think most away games this season will be those games where Christian Eriksen isn't the go-to option. Garnacho, I'm going to say 7 out of 10. He was direct. He scored with one of the 3 shots that he had. 81% pass completion, which is 13 out of 16. He was trying to isolate defenders 1v1. He attempted 3 dribbles. Only 1 was successful. He lost the ball 9 times, which is not loads. But he didn't create for anybody else, which is why he only gets a 7 despite scoring. He did work hard defensively, but you want to see him trying to create first rather than shoot first, because he shoots from quite low percentage areas. I think he only came away with like a combined total of like a 0.05 XG from 3 shots, which just highlights just how wild some of his shots are. But he did get a goal, so big ups for getting a goal and ending that goal drought. But yeah, he needs to be creative and goal scoring, or at least threatening to do both in a game. So 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for Rasmus Højlund as well. Back on the score sheet, he had a big chance, and he had to work hard to bury it as well, because it was a big chance. But it was a big chance from a tough area to shoot from, and not on his favoured foot. So it was a fantastic finish for him to do it. And it was a 0.24 XG shot as well. So you're expecting him to hit the target and hopeful that he can hit the net when he does that. Again, he only won 3 out of 9 duels, which is, you know, a minor for him. His passing accuracy was low, 58%, and it was only 7 out of 12. Still not getting on the ball anywhere near enough for me, but he did do his job, which is goal scoring, so you can't complain too much. So that's why it's a 7 for Rasmus Højlund. Off the bench, we saw Harry Amas getting his debut coming on at left wing back. 91% pass accuracy, won 3 out of 7 duels, made 2 tackles, looked composed defensively. Solid little cameo from him. Toby Collier, again, 6.5 out of 10. Energetic, worked hard off the ball. 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, won 6 out of 7 duels. He will feature more because of that. His pass accuracy let him down, though. 13 out of 22 is not good enough. Definitely needs to figure that out. And Joshua Zirkzee, 6 out of 10, 9 out of 12 passes, only 1 out of 3 duels. Couldn't really get into the game at all when he came on. And 6 out of 10 for Cheeto, only 6 touches, 2 passes. Didn't really have any opportunity to influence anything when he came on. As for the gaffer, 7.5 out of 10. He set the team up well tactically, despite some changes to the personnel where I think a few of us was a little bit worried about that. Like, oh my God, what's this team looking like here? Especially no Xerxes. But United found it very comfortable, and his substitutions were sensible. We kept a clean sheet. We scored 3 goals. The gaffer's got to get 7.5 out of 10 for that, hasn't he? Anyway, that's my player ratings. Cheers for tuning in, as always. We will have part 3 of How to Fix United tomorrow or Wednesday, so tune in for that. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.